Since 1935, Omar Ali Boutique has been a household name in the traditional Baju Melayu tailoring industry. From its original founder, the late Haji Omar Ali, this business is now into its third generation of family heritage. We opened season 4 of Cuba Cerita by meeting Encik Sulaiman Idris, the grandson of the late Haji Omar Ali. Let's learn how this young Maurice Sedwell on London's Savile Row trained gentleman is carrying on with the family heritage and tradition of sophisticated bespoke tailoring. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and welcome to season 4 of Cuba Cerita. Alhamdulillah, we are happy that we are continuing with our plans and our, in a way, legacy of Cuba Cerita, bringing you stories about leaders, sharing insights, hopefully drawing on inspirational memories that will resonate with all of you in our audience. Thank you so much for all the support, encouragement, and ideas that we have been receiving, which has been more of an encouragement for us to continue doing what we're doing. So, this season 4 is a season where we want to explore even further outside our traditional boundaries. But this season, Coach would like to maybe explore even more so those who are maybe in family businesses, which are maybe second, third generation, carrying on the legacies and giving us some opportunities to learn about what does it take actually to continue on with heritage and pride and of course business success, particularly of family-owned enterprises. And to kick off this season, we have the pleasure of interviewing someone from a family of tailoring Baju Melayu, which is synonymous with those of us who are in KL, and it's from the Omar Ali Boutique. For those of you who may not be familiar, I, for one, grew up in the 70s in KL, and Wisma Yakin in Masjid India, Kuala Lumpur was a popular destination for Baju Melayu, buat Baju Melayu every year sebelum Raya. And one of two tailors I would always be brought to by my parents was actually Omar Ali. Today, we have the grandson of the founder, Arwah Omar Ali, namanya Sulaiman Idris, and he is now leading the next generation of family tailoring, and we'll learn a lot more about where the business is today. But first of all, Sulaiman, welcome to Cuba Cerita.
Thank you so much, Uncle.
Thank you so much for giving us your time, and it's a pleasure to finally meet the young man I heard so much about. I've been following you on Instagram actually, so I was very encouraged by what I saw. But nothing beats having you, and this is your first interview on the podcast.
It's my first time on the podcast. Yeah.
So it's a casual setting.
Okay.
Yeah, so please, it's all about stories and insights and lessons that consciously or subconsciously you've learned over the years. Kan? All right. So, from what I read of you, first of all, you yourself are a qualified, how would I say, tailor. You were trained in London in Savile Row,
yes.
One of the prestigious tailoring schools in London.
Yep.
So you are now third generation. Your grandfather, Arwah Omar Ali, founded the business in 1935.
Betul.
Okay, your mother, Azizah, she is one of 11 siblings,
Yep.
who together with your father, Idris, carried on the business, and now you are the second of their 3 children.
Yes,
one of
precisely.
whom of the cucu Omar Ali, who is now involved in the business full time.
Betul.
Okay, so I love to hear stories of your early beginnings and linking it back to your grandfather. Are there any sort of like fond memories you may have of of him as your grandfather, growing up in the family as a very successful Malay business enterprise?
Yeah. I have a lot of stories about my
Please.
grandfather. So my mom always tells me these stories.
Uh-huh.
And then because I never got the chance to ever meet him,
Oh.
because he passed away in 1970s.
I see.
So one of the stories that I know about him, one of his traits,
Mhm.
is that he's strict.
Ah.
That's one thing. He's strict and he's a family man.
Family
So
man.
every morning, because he has 11 kids,
Mhm.
so he would check on all 11 kids, whether they're sleeping or they're awake. So every morning he would start his early morning. He would go to the pasar raya with my mum, actually.
With your mum?
Yeah. So my mum is the bongsu.
Oh, bongsu.
So people call her Maksu
Maksu.
in the family.
I see.
And she's the managing director of the company.
Ah.
So, every morning my mum would follow my grandfather to the pasar raya, beli breakfast for the family.
Masya Allah.
And one thing about my grandfather is he's super hardworking. So my mum always tells me that, she barely sees him. It's either during breakfast or dinner. Throughout the whole day, he's, out there just taking care of the shop and doing business lah.
And the shop was in Kawasan Masjid India?
That time it was in Kawasan Masjid India, but it was on the stretch of Jalan Melayu. That was during the early stages lah. And then it shifted to Wisma Yakin, the current location, in 1950s or 70s, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Masya Allah. And that little shop remains till today, kan?
It's still there, and that's the only shop that Allahyarham Omar Ali ever operated. So it was in Wisma Yakin, and there's actually one cutter there, which we call Pak Cik Man, and he's one of the legends there, because he's the only one that has ever worked with Omar Ali
Masya
that is
Allah.
still alive.
Masya Allah. And he would be in his, 80s.
He's about 70, 80 years old.
Yeah. Wow.
So other stories about my grandfather is he was a one-man show. So he started the shop just himself. And then he actually learned the trade from Japanese tailors.
I understand that.
So basically, when he migrated into Malaysia in the 1920s, early 1920s, he was looking for a job, and he ended up with working as a boutique assistant at a Japanese seamstress. So Japanese seamstress ni, dia buat baju, gown for all the dignitaries masa tu lah. And then he was just an assistant that time. And dia memang had the interest to learn. Like he would peek and then while cleaning or something. That's what my mom told me.
Wow.
And they would not let him learn, because tailoring ni memang there's that secretive ingredient side of it. So it's hard for them to let people know about it. But eventually, when the Japanese had to go back to Japan after the war, they handed it over to him. And before handing it over to him, they kind of ajar him how to cut, how to jahit, how to run the business. So that's how Omar Ali started lah.
I see. And yet he then was tailoring baju Melayu. He went into tailoring baju Melayu, not the gowns.
Actually, at that moment in time, the starting of it was actually mainly ladies wear.
Oh.
Yeah, actually.
I see.
And then the men's wear baju Melayu and all came about when the demand for baju Melayus increased. Because when it was nearing Merdeka, a lot of dignitaries and I guess important people or VIPs had to wear our formal traditional attire.
Kan?
So that's when he hopped on to making baju Melayus. Yeah, and then it was a one-man show at first.
Okay.
And then he grew to him and one Chinese tukang jahit, which was a really old man. I forgot his name. My mom always mentioned his name. And then it was just two of them. And then it went on to a stage where there was another team at the back of the shop, which was all mostly Babanuya Chinese tailors.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing, kan?
So yeah, it was amazing. From one man show.
And when you talk about Merdeka, I also read that one of his important clients was Tunku Abdul Rahman himself.
Yeah, so the highlight of the brand is that actually. So the late Tunku Abdul Rahman's wife actually visited the shop and met my late grandfather and requested to make Mandarin collar Tunku collar, which is a Mandarin collar on a baju Melayu, because he didn't want to deal with the top 2 buttons.
I see.
So then we named it after him, collar Tunku
collar.
Yeah, Tunku collar.
I see. So again, my memory of Omar Ali, of course, is a shop amongst the many shops in Wisma Yakin, and your mother, after arwah your grandfather passed away, so out of the 11 siblings, your mother bongsu.
My mother
so
bongsu.
she took on the leadership of the business.
Betul.
What are stories that she shared when she first was given or entrusted with that responsibility?
Yeah, so basically, when my grandfather passed away, my mother was studying in the US. She was studying economics, and then when he passed away, shortly after that, she came back, and then she, of course, took over the business because she had certificates for it. And then when she told me like a story where she went to the shop to check it out, and then she saw like all the fabrics, like fabric rolls, usually kan tebal, but this one is all like nipis-nipis. It looked like it was gonna close down lah, apparently. That's what my mom said. So, and then she took a 50,000 loan, I think from my uncle, if I'm not mistaken. And then here's where we are now.
MashaAllah. So and I'm sure that having so many siblings, many may still be involved in their various ways, but your mother was entrusted to lead it. Yeah?
Betul.
MashaAllah.
Yeah. Actually, my uncles, my mother's brothers were actually taking care of it at that point in time.
Okay.
And then when she came back, they decided to open or focus on their brands, because they have their own brands as well, which is Buck and BMO.
I see. So spin-off brands lah, personal brands.
Yeah. So then when my mom came back, my uncles passed Omar Ali boutique to my mom, and then they went on to focus on their own brands.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, that is an interesting analogy, I think, which many family businesses also experience, because maybe especially with a large family, maybe everyone wants to have their own, distinct line, or they create their own heritage in many ways, kan? But you could have gone in any career direction, I presume.
Yeah.
But you decided to also not just be involved, but today you are also leading the next generation of Omar Ali Boutique, and it's a family heritage. Yeah. So can you just share a bit how did this come about, or what motivated you to to choose this as your career?
Okay, so as I grew up, throughout my whole childhood, I was always with my mom.
Okay.
I was always visiting shops, going to the factory with her. So, tailoring is kind of in my blood in a way.
Okay.
But during that time, I was not interested at all. I'll be honest. It was to me, it was just clothes. My family just bought clothes. That's their business. And then when I got older, when I started to, go to college, go to university, then I was thinking what to do with my life. I did actually 3 courses.
Okay.
First, I did engineering.
Really?
And then I halfway I told my mom I can't do this. And then I did quantity surveying.
Wow.
Because apparently that time the demand was for work, it was high. Okay. So pay was good. But then I couldn't do it as well. So and then lastly I did international business. And that's when my the spark came to me.
The business acumen side.
And that point of time was just business lah.
Okay.
Nak jadi hustler, nak jadi entrepreneur.
Okay.
But then, while you're studying, to do all that is quite tough. So you don't have that much time. So then when I had my gap year, I was going through something. So I told my mom, I said, I feel like a loser.
Oh, no.
I feel like I'm not doing anything. I want to do something. And then she looked at me, she was like, okay, you come to work with me tomorrow. So the next day she brought me to the factory, Omar Ali factory in Kampung Baru. And then she just told me to start from scratch.
Really?
She told me to do labeling. And then other than labeling, she told me to like carry fabrics, clean the factory from the bottom lah.
MashaAllah.
And then, all these small tasks to me at that point in time was super important.
Yeah.
Because this is like the start of my career. So I have to know everything. So I did labeling. So I guess my mom had that mindset as well to get me to start from the bottom so that I learn every single step of the business. So that's how I started.
And again, this is another interesting insight. It's about, with all due respect, being the next generation of successful business enterprises has got its added pressure because, are we willing to learn from the basics that maybe our parents or grandparents started out with, the hardship. Sometimes parents tak nak pula anak to go through the same type of hardship and yet expect them to still learn, But I guess your mom also, while she came back with a degree and maybe had grand plans and all to revive the business, but she also must have had to go back to basics to resurrect it and make sure that's that it's sustainable, kan?
Betul. Actually, in the early days of my mother's career, it was tough because she lost her father, and then she was the bongsu, the youngest in the family. And hearing her stories, she's really a fighter lah. To start the business like that, wow. Can imagine really.
And I must make special mention of both of them. Kebetulan, I've known them for many years or so as external friends and friends of friends, and I've always felt that they are so well grounded and humble. They've been running a business. Your father also, we are friends of friends for many years. And I remember, because I live in Taman Tun, so for years I've been going to your shop in Taman Tun. And there'll be occasions when I come in, both of them are just quietly behind the counter, and orang tak kenal dia orang sebagai the business owners, kan? They just be there, and padahalnya, alhamdulillah, they have been running a very successful business. Okay, so coming back to you now, so you how many years ago was that now that you've actually become full
about
entrenched?
4 or 5 years ago.
Okay, so you have now become entrenched in the business, and maybe just share, kan, when it comes to a family business, there are certain values now, principles and values. So if I were to ask you, maybe what are one or two values that have been inculcated in the business, and now more so from your elders, katakan, or your parents also, that have been inculcated in you now that you're leading the next generation?
I think one thing that my parents, especially my mom, that always tells me or advises me is to think positive.
Think positive.
Because life is always, up and down. You can never expect what's going to happen next. So she says think positive. And one more thing that she always reminds me of is sembahyang. That's the two things that I hold on to lah when it comes to the advice from my parents.
Alhamdulillah.
And honestly, following those two advice, alhamdulillah, it helps cope with the stress. It helps cope with all the uncertainties in this life.
Okay.
Tapi once you think positive, look ahead, and always ingat Tuhan, insyaAllah everything will be okay.
Comes into place,
Yeah.
Okay, maybe this is something that your parents don't know.
Okay.
But so you start to get involved in the business, and you're now leading part of the boutiques and all, kan? Apa rasanya maybe one or two areas that you felt needs improvement, or maybe there are gaps that you saw, and of course with your training in your inspiration, what are maybe one or two things you can share?
So when I joined the business, the first thing that I realized was, Omar Ali is very traditional. That's the beauty of Omar Ali. All the teachings from 90 years ago, we still practice it till today. Tetapi kadang-kadang those practices, we need quicker turnovers. So meaning machines, technology, maybe menu atas iPad ke, so all these things are the gap that I saw lah in the company. So we're actually working on it. We started like doing social media a lot. Our website is now very nice. Macam dulu it's very traditional. Website pun macam 2000 punya website, you know. And then like, you know, everything was very traditional, which I loved it. Tapi at the same time, I wanted it to be more efficient. That's all, more efficient. Like still have like all the core of the core values and all of the businesses, but add on things to complement it.
For example,
like when I joined, tak ada suits, like jacket, tak ada. You know, the bespoke line, it wasn't really there. We do make corporate suits and all that.
Yes,
but someone to push it further, it wasn't happening. So that's when I thought, okay, this is the time for me to help with this lah. So yeah.
And that came with your training and experience also lah kan in London and all.
So I would say like after 2 years of learning the business from scratch, you know, being at the shop, you know, looking at all the mistakes, you know, we learn from mistakes, honestly. You know, improving from that, and then at the same time figuring out what I can do or what I can join to enhance this knowledge. So that's why I did the 3-month course dekat Savero.
I see.
To actually take that knowledge and adapt it here, which is what we've done. Alhamdulillah.
Now, I mean, obviously for me, Baju Melayu has been part of my life, kan, and of course it always is quite seasonal, kan. But today, I just see there's just so much commercialization, for want of a better word. There's so much commercialization of Baju Melayu, mass production, the image and perception associated with celebrities and all that, kan? How do you, as a traditional, well-established, you know, Baju Melayu tailoring business, how do you grapple with all of those type of influences today?
So here at Omar Ali, we cater to almost everyone.
Okay.
So when I say almost everyone, it means our custom-made punya section.
Okay.
So let's say if you come in and you give me a picture of maybe let's, for example, a padding that is like super sharp and big, macam Elvis punya style, I will still do it for you. You know, that option is still open to everyone.
In the form of Baju Melayu?
In the form of anything.
Anything?
Honestly, bespoke. Anything for you.
So bespoke means anything and
anything for you. Made for you.
Made for you.
Specifically for you. Yeah.
So it could be a shirt, it could be a suit, it could be Baju Melayu.
Anything. You know, you can even make a jacket with batik, for example. You know, a fusion of everything.
Okay.
But at the same time, what we sell off the rack is what reflects the company.
I see.
So that's why our ready to wear, to me, is something that we hold very close to us, and we try not to, you know, I mean, we equal trend in terms of like the cutting and all that. But like, you know, other things when it comes to Baju Melayu, we don't really change or manipulate, because we still want to keep to the core of Omar Ali. Okay. So to me, you know, we can cater to everyone when it comes to custom, but off the rack, we show our signature.
The signature. Actually, I also was made to understand that even in your grandfather's time, he started the ready-made Baju Melayu on the racks, kan?
Betul.
And it was like small, medium, and large, maybe relative. But again, it just goes even to show his foresight.
Yeah.
A combination of maybe having to cater for all the market, but at the same time, the trend that people may no longer be able to tailor, but beli secara yang dah siap, kan?
Betul. Actually, this was also a story by my mom. There was a point in time where my grandfather was taking in a lot of custom-made orders during his time, during his peak time. And then there was this one raya where he couldn't deliver all the bajus, all the custom bajus.
You can imagine.
Sebab dah banyak sangat. So then I think the following year he decided, why not I just make, you know, ready to wear. The people can just come and try, and then done. So that's when Baju Melayu ready to wear came about lah.
Unfortunately, I'm not one of those who is easily able to buy Baju Melayu ready to wear lah, kan? So I must say to the audience, this is authentic. I actually had my Baju Melayu, this one particularly tailored by Sulaiman Idris. He measured me up. Coach, tak cukup kain, coach. Kena tambah kain ni. No, but I love it. I mean, again, I happen to have this fabric for an up and coming wedding, and occasion. So I brought the fabric here, and you've done a lovely job.
It looks good on you.
I hope so. Although saya bukan pengantin, saya wakil pengantin saja. Okay. Now, so you talked about the modern day challenges, and so if you know, what's your personal drive today? What is it that makes you, wake up happily and come to do, to start out your day every day? What would it be? Maybe one or two.
Number one is my family.
Okay.
My kids, my wife, my parents, siblings. Number two is to prove myself wrong.
To prove yourself wrong? Okay.
Because, in life, you always doubt yourself, and I'm actually an introvert. I'm not an extrovert. So every day, you can imagine like an introvert has to go to the shop and talk to people and engage. So I want to prove myself wrong that even though I'm an introvert, I can go out there and be successful and help the family business. So to me, that's my drive actually. It's my family. And
even your own personal.
Yes, my personal thoughts, I guess.
Yeah. And if you, 1935, so this is 2025, so in 10 years' time, Omar Ali will be 100 years old, kan? So inshallah you'll be still well established in the business. Inshallah. If you were to sort of like imagine the future, kan?
Okay.
Of Omar Ali, and of course you carrying on with the family legacy, where do you see this business going?
So I see Omar Ali being the image of traditional wear in Malaysia.
Okay.
That's where I see it, because that is the core of our business.
Okay.
And I am working towards that.
Okay.
And also one more thing that I want Omar Ali to be in the future is I want to cater to international markets instead of just stay in Malaysia.
Okay.
Because I would say like, yes, kita jual baju Melayu, kita jual batik, baju kurung.
Okay.
It's all things that people overseas don't wear. But now we do cater to shirts, to even suits, to slacks, to all your everyday wear items. And what I'm planning to do for Omar Ali is to come up with another line, which is a modern line, tapi not too like fancy, just keep it classy and reflect the image of the brand.
So keeping that tradition intact in terms of the design, the use and the application of the baju Melayu, but maybe evolving it into overseas markets or even more sophisticated arenas. Okay. I want to pause now.
Okay.
Because what I'd love us to do, if possible, can we take a quick look around your lovely boutique shop rather than just sit here?
Okay.
And I maybe want to hear some other stories, especially around the lovely fabrics and items you have in the shop.
Boleh. No problem.
All right. Yeah, we'll just pause kejap.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I must say, Sulaiman, when I came to your shop first time, I was so amazed by the choice of songkets.
Thank you.
So, and they're all very appealing to my eyes. I do know that kalau kita buat baju Melayu ni, selalunya kita pilih songket dulu kan.
Betul.
Sebelum kita pilih warna baju kan.
Betul.
Can you just maybe tell me a bit about some of these songkets, maybe this lovely purple one also at the end, or where are these local Malay?
So actually in this line it's a mix of Terengganu and Palembang.
Palembang. Oh.
So we've got suppliers in Palembang. His name is Aditya.
Okay.
And his family specializes in weaving songket.
Oh.
And they do it actually on the grounds of their home.
On the ground. I see. I see.
So actually they even have a songket where they weave based on their family signature.
I see.
So for example macam bunga ni is memang specifically just for them, for example lah.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
I see.
So and then of course we have our local Terengganus.
Okay.
Very beautiful. You can really see the distinction of it. Very flowery, floral, and then
Cantik.
yeah.
And I know we have some which are Brunei
Betul.
collection.
We have Brunei as well. These ones are Brunei.
I see.
So you can really like distinguish where the sampins are from just by looking at it.
I must say I'm more used to songket Terengganu, songket, well actually mainly songket Terengganu lah, kan, which you normally, but so these are families that you all have connected with.
Exactly.
And, also very traditional in their ways.
So I would say very traditional, tapi they also supply as a mass to a lot of people juga lah.
Wow.
Tapi it's all hand woven. We also have machine, but of course you can see the difference lah.
Nice. So I think this will be a lovely place to come and visit. This is the shop in Candy Hills, by the way. So certainly, somewhere where you can come and have a look, and even it's still a lot of time, but time is getting short to Ramadan and Raya not long from now. So maybe make it a point. There will be a promotion for Omar Ali.
Inshallah.
Okay, let's just pause. I want to see the other part where you've got some other baju Melayu.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Sulaiman, I really have to say I'm amazed by the choice of colours. For me, if I were to come here, oh my God, which ones would I choose? But tell us a bit more. So these are part of the ready-made sections.
Betul.
Okay.
So this is actually the best seller in Omar Ali.
Oh.
So it is actually our Baju Melayu ready-to-wear collection, made out of double Swiss satin.
Double Swiss satin.
So double Swiss satin is actually fabric made out of triacetate fibers, and they weave it in Japan.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's very comfortable because it's stretchy, and then it has a bit of weight, so it drapes really nicely, and it's breathable.
I see. So again, this goes into the different technique of the different fabrics, and I'm sure you have many others also in different colors and fabrics. Yeah. But this, to me, as a customer, is also part of the fulfillment of finding a fabric which is suitable to our body also, kan?
Betul.
Macam I'm a bit large, so I can't take baju yang body hugging lah, kan? So I need something that maybe does settle down a bit more lah. Putting it politely.
So this is our very special Baju Melayu in Omar Ali. It is a Baju Melayu that is crafted with Loro Piana fabric, which is, I would say, the Rolls Royce of wool.
Wow. Okay. And I'm just touching it.
It's very soft.
Like fabric for a suit.
Yeah, it is actually. So
isn't it too warm to wear in our climate?
So actually, Loro Piana has come up with a wool that is suitable for summer.
Oh, okay.
So kalau summer time kan panas.
Cantik.
But this wool is suitable for panas punya weather.
Okay.
And the thing about this Baju Melayu is we've made a 2-in-1 function.
Okay.
So the seluar, we can actually wear it for work. So we've put on some buckles on the side.
So you can also boleh pakai kerja lah. Baju boleh ini. Oh, nice. It looks expensive.
It does. And it is expensive.
It is expensive, but worthwhile.
Exactly.
Okay, alright. But not just, it could be, baju Melayu biasa, tapi you have one which is really special, specially made, and you wear it on special occasions rather than just saja pakai.
Exactly.
Alright, okay, alright. Thank you so much. There's one more part to this interview which I'm going to show you after this, but it's where Idris has helped design a suit and vest for me. So this is another part of your business, Sulaiman, that I really, I like now coming because now we can wear suits, and you did this lovely vest for me, which I wore recently in Oxford. So tell us, can you just tell a bit more about this part of the bespoke business, and if there are certain elements of design which are distinct to Omar Ali when it comes to, say, suits and such?
So when it comes to Omar Ali suits, it's more of Savile Row punya-esque, I would say.
Okay.
We don't do like super slim.
Okay.
We do just nice cuts. Seluar, we don't do too baggy or too slim.
Okay.
We also do it just nice. So I would say like a straight slim for the trousers.
Straight slim.
And for the jacket, we usually do it like a medium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that it's easy to move around and all
I noticed that, for example, for me, I'm so used to do pleats before, but now I'm got flat. But I see some of your designs are nice, nice pleats, and even the nice buckles on the side.
So basically, that is actually Italian tailoring.
Okay.
So it's more flair.
Okay.
With a bit of military Gurkha punya elements to it.
Okay.
So that's actually the trend now. It's double pleated,
Uh-huh.
high waist with a thick waistband.
Yeah.
So that's
thick
the
waistband.
thick waistband.
Oh,
So it looks
okay.
like military Gurkha punya style.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
okay.
the trend now lah, when it comes to.
I really appreciate kalau we have some time. Can you just show me some of the fabrics?
Boleh,
that you have?
no problem.
I'm sorry if this is becoming too much of a promo of Omar Ali, but I just love coming here because I just love the fabrics. So I hope you don't mind, Sulaiman. Can you just show me some of the lovely fabrics that you have on, on choice here? Because I know when it came to me, I had such a difficult time choosing a nice fabric.
Okay, so we'll start with our favorite, which is a Loro Piana summertime.
Wow.
So it's basically a linen wool silk blend. It's perfect for a tropical country, and also some people make baju Melayus with it actually.
Yeah. Wow. So kalau katakan kita nak buat baju Melayu from this light colour ni, boleh
Boleh, no problem.
Nice. Nice. And it does feel very soft and light. I can see through. Oh, okay. All right. Good.
And then I would start with maybe the thing that I'm wearing right now, the fabric that I'm wearing right now.
Nice.
So it's a Supersonic by BBC. So basically it's specifically for travellers.
Oh.
So kalau you tak nak iron, you tak nak jaga your suit sangat, this is actually the best option when it comes to suits.
Cantik brown
So
colour.
it has like a high
Oh,
twist
it's
wool texture. So dia tak wrinkle sangat.
Yeah.
It's very breathable and suitable for travelling.
And all of these are Italian?
This is Italian. This is Italian.
Okay.
We also have British mills that supply to us.
Actually,
as well.
today, where are the real best fabrics from?
Definitely Italy.
Italy, still is lah. I love this green colour lah. Cantik, unusual lah. All right, thank you so much. Wow.
Thank you.
So again, I mean, this is something that I find very unique, and I actually I'll be very frank. I love it when minta maaf, a Malay business, a family business has grown so much to be relevant to the market today, and I just love the distinct quality. Thank you so much, for having us today. It's been a real pleasure. I hope you really enjoyed our session today. And again, hopefully there'll be more opportunities to meet young leaders like Sulaiman here and share these unique stories that we don't see every day. So thank you for joining us for this episode. We look forward to having you again, and we look forward to sharing more stories. So please don't forget to subscribe and keep us encouraged. Till we see you again, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and have a good week ahead. Jangan lupa, Ramadan is nearby, Raya is dekat, so jangan leave it to the last minute to have your lovely baju Melayus tailored. Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera.